Yeah, you didn't mention that Tiger King 2 is coming out in the fourth quarter. That's a big event for a name like this. And then what we're going to find out this weekend, hopefully, is the timing on some of these new launches that are coming out. What about Crown, Ozark, Stranger Things? When are we going to get these? When we get those dates, I think people will have confidence that the content slate is improving and the subscriber growth can continue to recover.
We've talked in the past, I mean in years past, about the seasonality of subs that I think Q4 is historically strong. Has that changed?
No, it hasn't changed at all. And so can the company guide towards 7 to 8 million subscribers for the December quarter when they print the September quarter? If they do, the stock goes materially higher. If they guide materially below that, the stock's going back to 500.
And Mark, there's always such a focus on subscriber numbers, but also on the content that drives the subscriber numbers. But looking at the game move in particular, the acquisition of Roald Dahl, do you think there's any shift in strategy? I have to note that Reed Hastings mentioned very much in passing that F1, those F1 rights, if they came up again, he would be interested in looking at them. Is he making any changes here?
I think they're expanding their content library. I think that's how we view gaming. Whether gaming really works on Netflix or not, I think is an unknown. I don't think the company knows. I think it's a risky bet, but it's one that they need to make. And then F1 to me is an example of Netflix impacting the zeitgeist, just like they did with chess sales last year and Queen's Gambit. Look what they've done with F1. They've actually made Formula One popular amongst American viewers. What a success for Netflix.
Mark, it seems like some of Netflix's moves are towards smoothing out kind of these hit-driven spikes and maybe some of the churn that they see in between shows. But they're a long way from Disney, right, which has these buckets that are very clear. Marvel, Lucasfilm, princesses, High School Musical. It's like you know what the content is, the brand is strong, you know who it's for. Does Netflix need to build out these portfolios of types of content more clearly demarcated to achieve what it's trying to here?
I completely agree with the point behind your question, John. If Netflix wants to go from 200 million subscribers today to 500 million in 10 years, they have to have tentpole content productions. And so, yeah, they need to have that kind of Marvel library. And hopefully they're building that now with things like Stranger Things.
Mark, I loved your note earlier in the week, I think, where you hosted Professor Damodaran from Stern. And his view on Netflix was that they need to find a better balance between sort of this buckshot, just a slew of content, and the more rifle-like strategy of HBO. Do you agree with him?
Not on valuation. I think he got it wrong. But I think he's right in terms of the way they should approach content and way they should disclose their content spend plans. The way to think about Netflix is they've got 17 billion shots on goal, and we think that they'll be able to get some of these will come through. So I don't think it's as rifle shot as he implicated.